If you getting cheated on in 2026, bitch, step your cookies up. Because who getting cheated on these days?
Why? That's okay. Like, stop trying to act like y'all don't do normal shit. Like, that's what I don't like about the internet. Yeah. You got on fucking ChatGPT, bitch.
I don't think kids freestyle no more. That's what's wrong with the world.
Yeah. If he do, what the fuck? Okay.
If you don't explain, you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Assume.
Yeah.
What?
Tia, please.
Yeah.
Don't
that
piss
was funny.
me off. Girls, I had to tell her just recently, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. If I'm social media, then stay in your lane.
Look, but I didn't have no boundaries for myself at that point. I was just thinking, whatever it need, I gotta do.
First of all, this bitch ain't making no motherfucking money. What a time to be alive.
And you know I ain't got no kids, so I'm working in the podcast. That is my life.
Right.
This is my baby.
Right.
So, like your mama said, that's T-baby, girl.
That's my niece. That's my niece.
What's up, sippers, and welcome back to another cup of conversation.
Where we have conversations worth having.
I'm your girl, T.
And I'm your girl, I'm Coco.
And welcome back to another episode. I don't know what episode this is.
I don't know either, but I just realized that I really do wish I probably could have been a rapper in my other life.
I see you be trying to throw some freestyles in there.
I'll be wanting to freestyle,
really
but I don't really know how. But I feel like I know enough A, B, C, D, E. I know enough rhyming words that I don't think
I could freestyle sober. I do good when I'm freestyling.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's what I told Carrie. I know we all off subject, but real quick, that's what I had told Carrie. He was like, you don't know nothing about freestyle. I was like, boy, you didn't freestyle in college when you got high.
Exactly.
Everybody got high
in the hot
group.
Box, in the group.
Yeah, you go around the table.
You gonna get your freestyle on. It don't matter who you is. You getting in that freestyle.
What a time to be alive.
Girl, I don't think kids freestyle no more. That's what's wrong with the world.
Yeah, they don't.
But, so we're going to start this episode off just really talking about us. Like, who else is it about? Okay.
She always want to get in her feelings and stuff. Come on.
No, but this was an episode that I kind of curated because like how social media is taking off for us.
Okay.
Our consistency is starting to pay off.
Correct.
Got a couple viral videos out there, y'all. Check it out. Check it out on Instagram and TikTok. So that's what I want to start with our how you feeling, how you dealing, how you feeling about our new growth on social media.
Overdue. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that it shows, this is what I truly feel, and I've said this to myself. I said that it feels like when you get into something, it shows why you can't just get into something without doing your research and without creating a system, no matter what business that you're doing. And I feel like our success would have came a lot sooner if the system that we sat down and we created and we figured out who was our audience, who we talking to, what are we talking about, and we just wasn't up here with two mics from the beginning. I feel like it would have came a lot sooner. But that just showed me that when you do it one way versus another way, it kind of gives you something to compare it to.
Yeah.
And it showed that having that understanding of the why, for real, it matters.
And it's just one of those things, like, I feel like every business takes a little while to get its footing. Yeah. And it's one of those things, like, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You know that this is the business you want to do. You can do as much studying as you want to. I was talking to Tay about this yesterday when we was at lunch. You can do as much studying as you want to, but when you get in the field and a problem arises that wasn't a part of your studies, then that's just, you got to know how to move that. Yeah. But I do agree with, if we had the, like, basis. We didn't know, I don't think we was gonna know to have, like, oh, this is how you do your reels, this is how you catch the audience attention, blah, blah, blah. But if we would have at least knew who we was talking to in our focal point at the beginning, we would have, like you said, it would have popped off a lot sooner.
Definitely.
So the spiel of the week, I want to discuss two things about our episodes that we been doing. So did you find you something that you wanted to go back in? I know personally me, I'll start with me, let you think.
I got
that reel that I said men are more or less emotionally intelligent than women. I give it to y'all. Okay, stop tagging me in the comments. Y'all got it. Men, they do have a sense of emotion.
I feel like a pick me.
They loved you on that one.
I know.
That was protect her at all costs.
Yes. And then they told me down on the other one. I'm like, man, y'all don't know what y'all want to do.
They want to.
Yeah.
But I think I didn't think of emotional intelligence in a way as how something...
How to navigate your emotions.
Yeah, that... And how some people could use it for good or bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not... You recognize it when people are using it for good, but you don't call that intelligence when people are using it for bad.
Right.
Like when people are manipulating you. Like you gotta have some kind of emotional intelligence to know, to say, baby, I really just... or start crying when a bitch catch you cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to... You gotta know something about something.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about it that way. So y'all do got a little bit, because I know it's some niggas that's out there, like we said. Sometimes I wish they would just cheat, because the ones that's cheating, they gonna come with the emotionals.
Yeah.
They gonna come with the support. But the kind of issues that we have been talking about in our relationship, that's totally different. We talk about communication and shit like that. Yeah. There ain't no cheating.
Yeah.
And I thought about this yesterday. If you getting cheated on in 2026, bitch, step your cookies up. Because who getting cheated on these days?
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like that's such a high school issue.
Well, these niggas is high school.
I wouldn't be dating nobody then. I'd be fucking myself. Like, what we talking? I wouldn't.
I think it comes a time to where it's I feel like for women, and I could be wrong, y'all can shoot me if I'm wrong, but I think for women, sometimes it comes a point to where it's like, if this is the cards that we're dealt, like, I almost rather deal with the cheating and just have somebody. Because I know that is, and it's not a really good way of looking at things, but I feel like I can't speak from this place because I've always, in some way, form of fashion, had somebody, but I can see, how shit could get lonely. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you be willing to, kind of act like you don't see certain shit, or you can...
Yeah, but then why, at that point, don't you reevaluate the type of men you like? Because there are men out there that don't cheat or don't, but, most of the time, we look at them as lame. You know,
that's that too. But even the lame ones, what I'm finding out,
they starting to cheat too.
I'm about to say, even the lame ones, they be crashing out too. They be having their own form of. Yeah, you got me fucked up. So you have to. I don't know, but I think equally right now, in a sense, I think equally, men and women are in a messed up place right now. I don't even think it's back in the day, we was like, oh, niggas cheat, women be, oh, the woman, woe her. But I feel like nowadays, it's on both sides, really. Either the females, they want you to provide that, they being users, or they just as unattached and emotionally unintelligent as men. I feel like it kind of both right now. We in a scary time right now.
Yeah, I agree. So what's your throwback that you wanted to go back to?
I want to say that I'm not leaving the house without telling my husband that I'm about to go.
Please clear that up. God.
I'm telling, what I meant was, or what I was trying to say, and I kind of did say that too. I guess y'all didn't really all the way watch the clip. But what I was saying was, I don't ask him before I leave to watch our kid. Hey, can I go to the store? Can you watch?
Yes.
I'm not doing that because, literally, if my husband going somewhere, he gonna be like, hey, baby, I'm going to such and such Tuesday or whatever, or I'm going out tonight. He's not gonna say, can you watch Kari? It's understood that if I'm going somewhere, you're not. I'm watching her.
Exactly. That was the whole point of that. I understood what you were saying.
Thank you.
And you don't have to say every time you go out. Well, when you run out the door, I'm going to the store real quick. You don't have to add that little last part to it.
And sometimes I run out the door and I don't say anything. If my husband focus on whatever he doing, he'll call me and be like, you left? I'll be like, yeah, I just went to the store real quick. Yeah. That's okay. Stop trying to act like y'all don't do normal shit. That's what I don't like about the internet.
Yeah. Social media, they do be acting like... And then if you, like Dennis said, if you just sit down and think of all your decisions in a day, half of the shit you critiquing people with online, you ain't doing. You would have let slide.
Or you have done, and you was didn't think twice about it.
Yeah, you got more balls behind when you typing. You don't even step up to the people in your life like that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I got what you meant.
Yeah.
All right, so to our main topic, I wanted to, we've been talking about vulnerable communication and being a little more softer so we can be heard. So I figured practice makes perfect. And I truly want to say that I practice most of my healing and communication work on you. Like, I don't know why I get more frustrated if I'm trying to do it with my man versus when I'm trying to, like.
I was just about to say, don't use it on me. Do it on a nigga that really need it. Shit, I don't need your... No, I'm just playing.
No, but the fact that you do your work too is easier reciprocated, and it's more like...
You can see how it works.
Yeah. If somebody... Now, I should probably be practicing on somebody that ain't doing the work, so I know how to control what I could control,
right.
But you seen the text messages? I can't control it right now. I'm still spazzing out. Like, I'm trying.
It be like that sometimes though. Sometimes you can go you go on a good run.
Yeah.
And then some days it's
saying
just like,
sorry, I should have did this like that, just doing everything you should do. But then when them days where they push back too hard and you trying to get somebody who is not emotionally, like, trying to search that portion of they selves.
Right.
And they get the argue, like, it's just, they take you there sometimes. That's the point of this, though. You got to learn not to let people take you there.
Take you there, yeah. That's that.
So, for this week's main topic, we're going to use ourselves as, like, the muse to practice vulnerability.
Okay.
So, this is going to be funny. All right, so we're just going to do, like, the first part of this is called the mirror. So, I'm going to ask you these questions. And then I'm going to give you my phone so you can ask me the questions of the second part, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I literally looked at the first question and then just closed the screen. I said, I'm not doing this.
And you didn't even text me back.
That's why when you asked me on the phone, like, did you see my topic? I was like,
She ain't shit. Anyways, you're going to practice this vulnerability. So you can use it in your house, too.
Okay.
All right. So when was the last time you was frustrated at me? And what happened?
The last time I was frustrated with you, I did see this question, so I got an answer for this one. I don't have no answer for the next one. But the last time was the C. White situation.
Oh.
I was like...
I heard it in your tone and everything.
I was like, what? When you said, well, I don't want him to stop. If he do, what the fuck? Okay. I was like, why? Why does that matter? Why does that matter to you? Like, we're big girls in this shit. Hey, either you gonna respond or not. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. That just frustrated me. I don't know.
In my defense, in your mind, in my mind, I ain't supposed to say my side.
No, I know. I got something to say too, but go ahead. I was
just gonna say, in my mind, I thought since you suggested this, that you really wanted to push for this guest. And I'm like, all right, so what we gonna do to make it happen?
Yeah.
And I don't want to do too much back and forth to make it happen, because this is somebody that we had reached out to and really didn't even expect to hear back from. Mm-hmm. So we really ain't have it planned out to what we was gonna do if he did reach back.
So for me, I think, I'm all for if Beyonce want to come on our set. Like, I'm all for it, because that's somebody that I want to pour anybody that I really want to have come on my set. But for me. And I'll answer the other part, because I think it's a business part of me that's like, I want you, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna fuck myself in a process. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it don't happen, it's always, I look at everything as a sign. It's a part of God's plan. And anytime in business, and my husband taught me this, he would be so proud of me, because I used to be the type of person kind of like that, and so that's what it kind of gave me.
Just trying to go for whatever.
I don't want to make them mad. I don't want them to think like. And I get that's what you was saying, like in so many words, but for me, it's like, if I say what I really want to say, I don't want to leave the deal and not have said, like, damn, like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then, so I've done that so much in my business to the point to where I had to tell myself, like, Carrie be right about that type of shit. Like, everything is a deal, especially if you tell me your price is, I'll do it for like $5 or $10. Well, bitch, you would take $4, because you don't know what your price is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna always push the issue, and I'm not gonna lie. That used to burn me up. My husband is gonna negotiate everything, and that burns me up sometimes. But in a sense, when I see him get what he wants out of it, I be like, oh. And then, like he said, what they gonna do, Krista? Whoop me? Like, the worst they can say is no. And so that's how I always look at stuff now. So for me, I was like, the fuck we worry about him not replying for? Fuck him. He need us just as much as we need. That's how I'm trying to handle my shit. And I wasn't thinking about it like that, because, if Walmart and H-E-B sitting down to do a collaboration, they not worried about who gonna hurt who feelings and who gonna, but I didn't think about it like that. In negotiating, I hate that part of business. I really do. Yeah. And that whole, what's your budget question, that shit makes my ass cleanse up. Yeah, no, for real.
Because what's my budget? No, what is your price?
And that's what, nowadays, I'm telling you, T, I understood it from like sitting back after it all happened. I understood where you were coming from so good because like I was that person. And what's your budget is now my favorite question because bitch, my budget is $100. Don't ask me that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll get you out my life.
I'm gonna drop it to the floor.
Exactly, because at this point,
because I'm gonna get you to say either your praise, yes. Like we're not gonna do this back and forth.
And you know what? 9 times out of 10, it always gives you the price because they be like, oh well, now I start off at well, why the hell you didn't say that? Yeah, like, so
God damn, I don't like that question. I told you, me and Bubba got back. We had a whole back and forth about that question that one time. I forgot what the live show.
Yeah.
The live show, girl. I just don't like that question.
So what was the last time I frustrated you?
Probably that same instance because I was just like, I'm thinking about it. And then what's crazy is after I told you, well, I done did all the footwork, whole time that shit wasn't really.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm going to be honest. I told Kaylee this shit. I said, then she talk about I done all the work. You got on fucking ChatGPT, bitch. What the fuck is you talking about?
I'm finna fall out this chair. I said that shit out loud. I said to you, I had really like self-reflection, really, the mirror. That's why this is called the mirror.
No.
Because I really stood there and said, Tia, what the fuck did you do?
Right.
You went back and forth with some emails, you talked on the phone, you ChatGPT.
Yeah,
the contract. Like, what?
Tia, please.
Yeah.
Don't
that
piss
was funny.
me off.
That was
That's
hey. And then so I just sat back and was like, yeah, it wasn't that. It wasn't even there.
Yeah.
It wasn't even there to do all that. I should have said, and that was a moment in the time where I should have just said, okay, you right. Let's go ahead and move on or whatever the next step is going to be. Tell him this, X, Y, Z, and then move on.
You know me. You still learning me probably too. But I feel like you know this part about me. I have so many ideas in my mind that sometimes I just be like, this is what I want to do. I want to do it. And we can do this and we can do this.
I need to remember that about you. I know that about you, but I don't be remembering it in a time because I'm like, okay, she said she want to do this. We need to push to do this. We need to make this shit.
And sometimes
that's a good idea.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll say it and I'll just be like, then I'll start sitting back and I'll think and I'll be like, I'll look at a few things. I'll have a few conversations and people give me something to think about and I'll be like, oh, I didn't think about that. And then my mind will change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what story did you tell yourself? Not in this particular instance, because I feel like in this one we had already grown a little bit, so this was not one of our. But like, think about one of our past instances. What story I can or like for the that friendship episode we did. At that point, what story were you telling yourself about me? That concluded my actions, like. That made you think that I acted that way? Like, would you like, oh, this bitch ain't got no friends, so this is why she act like...
No, I was like, this bitch is too needy for me. I said, this bitch is needy. When we had the argument about me getting a house phone, and you was like, well, what if I break up with my... You said some shit, what if I break up with my... Bitch, break up with your boyfriend? If you talk to me, he ain't gonna not break up with you. Like, what the fuck?
No, I said, what if somebody died? That's what I said. I said, what if it's an emergency? What if somebody died?
They ain't gonna be undead. Yeah, you did say that because I was thinking in my head, they ain't gonna undie if you call me. I mean, what? So I had made up my mind. I was like, oh yeah, I can't be friends with this bitch. This bitch too needy.
I think in that instance, you was thinking that I needed you as a friendship and I needed you as a business partner.
Right.
I wasn't trying to call and like gossip. I was trying to make sure that we had X, Y, and Z in order.
Yeah.
And that's what was more. And then that was around the time where we really didn't have structure to this. Mm-hmm. So it was like I was calling a lot to try to figure out what was going to be done.
But can you say that now how we do things, like, do you think that a lot of stuff can get done through like how we were getting it done through like just texting, hey, can we do this? Hey, can we do that? Because nowadays we really don't talk
much.
Like even when we plan it, like we like, okay, you gonna take this one, I'm gonna take this one. Or okay, and then if we do have a question, we'll call and be like, hey, you gotta.
Yeah, and I say that because now I don't have to remind you, because you know how I am, so I don't have to remind you of certain stuff. So we kind of like both learned a little bit
about each other, yeah.
So that's why I feel like that's why we took the steps that we took, because it used to burn me up to have to say, hey, Coco, did you post that reel today? Like, you'd be like, oh, there you go. But now that you got like
and she still post something and be like, oh, I didn't know it was girls. I had to tell her just recently, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. If I'm social media, then stay in your lane.
Look, it gotta get done. It's only 2 lanes.
Yeah, then here she go. I didn't post the reel. Here she go. 2 minutes later, posted another. Girl, you wasting reels at this point. Sit back.
Posted them 2 hours later. Okay, I think that was my. What do you think? Okay.
So what? So you answered that same question. What did you make? What did you tell your? So what story did you make up about me?
That you used to doing shit your way, and you know.
That is true.
You used to working by yourself. I'm like, she act like she ain't got to explain shit to nobody. Like, we is doing this together. If you don't explain, you know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Assume.
Yeah.
I'ma assume.
That is true.
So that's what I was like. And then I was like, do she think that I don't know. When you say needy, again, I was like, do she think that I need to talk to her about like my relationship or like, no, I'm calling you so we can talk about this podcast.
And then too, I don't know if I had ever said this. I think I have said it on the podcast before, but me and like calling me is always like nerve-wracking to me. I don't like when people call me, really.
Like, that's insane. Because you would sit on the phone with somebody for 2 hours for no reason.
I will, but I don't like when people call me about like, put it in a text, like, because I feel like business stuff, it just gives my anxiety a little bit of a rattle. So I be wanting to like take my time and not have to be like, because if I'm on the phone, you be like, so what episode we got? I feel like I got to come up with an answer right now. Yeah. So like me personally, like I think that was the frustrating part about me. Like sometimes you'll be calling me and I'll be like, I don't know, I haven't thought about that. Right and then that's not your issue, but that's like me thinking like, oh, I gotta have an answer if she still asks me what we gotta talk about. So it's like if you text me, I can leave you on red, not leave you on red, but like I can wait and reply when I get ready, and then boom, okay.
I like that, and that's how like I said, we just both learning how each one of us function.
And then too, like you said before, I was like, oh, she's for real with this. Oh, like
yeah. You said that in the beginning. You was like, oh, I thought this was just like a little hobby. I'm like, girl, we're trying to get this shit. I'm trying to get this shit to Charlamagne though. Yeah. Like we're trying to take this off.
At that time, I barely knew Charlamagne. So, like for real, I wasn't even know like media girly. Like I'm like, oh, we just 2 girls talk about some shit on the couch. Like I'm not really like, okay, we gotta have the camera set up and the 51.30 speed, and I didn't give a fuck about none of that. And
to your point, when we sat down at that shop and started recording this, that was not in my fruition.
You know what? I always think about this. If we wouldn't have had the shop, we wouldn't have had no podcast.
No, we wouldn't.
Because if we would have had to step out and like make it find what we was doing, I would have been like, oh no, T, I don't really want to do that. The shop really did it because it was like it was free. It was like, okay, we could just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yours is the accountability skill.
Okay.
You can pick.
When was the last time I pissed you off?
That's not, you're doing the mirror. Do the second part.
No, that's accountability skill.
I want to know. The same question, Anna? The last time you pissed me off, I don't know, because it's been a while.
I can go. So the last time she pissed me off was, I never forget, because I was out on a date with my man and we was in the car waiting on our table to be ready, and we was on the phone, and this is when we was going to decide whether we was going to even have a podcast again or not. Mm-hmm. She was mad at me because I told this bitch, all I got is $500 for the podcast. That's it. I got a lot of shit going on. This what it is, this what it ain't. And she was really like, I can't even remember everything we were saying, but I was just like, and I feel like I handled that conversation very well, because she was mad and she was like, well, we ain't got to do it no more. Fuck it. We could just, something. And then this is another thing.
You did handle that. I remember that, because you were just like, well, this is what I got, and that's what it is.
And I told her, I said, and so for you to take this conversation and say, damn, everything, that lets me know a lot. And then she said some shit like, and why you got some of my name? And I went on the page and I seen you sign my name on something. And I'm like, bitch, we did that together. We were on the phone when I did that. And I was like, oh, this bitch really questioning my character at this point. Like, bitch, first of all, this bitch ain't making no motherfucking money. So I don't give a damn what I signed your name on.
Shit.
No, that's the last time I was like, oh yeah. Even my man was like, man, don't worry about it. Fuck that. You ain't got to do no podcast. You ain't got to have no podcast. I was like, you right, baby. I don't have to have no podcast. But I was like, I was really trying to be mature when I was on the phone with T. But yeah, that shit had pissed me off. I was like, well, bitch, fuck the podcast then.
Okay, in my defense on that one, Coco, you give like I don't give a fuck sometimes. Like, and you don't even realize it. Like, you're just trying to be stern about your boundaries, but the way you go about it, you
Did
just
I
be
not
like,
say
this
it
is what.
nice?
No, well, yeah, you did. But in the way I took it was, since we was already having that who gonna do what, kind of like who got what roles.
Right.
The way I took it is you saying, well, look, this all I got to give. Even if we got 10 things that need to be done, I'm telling you I can only do 2.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, you like, fuck me.
And it wasn't like, I felt like what I was saying that I only could do wasn't nothing that would leave something super undone.
I don't remember. I can't remember everything. I can't remember the specifics.
But I think it was like you posted on social media. I was like, okay.
I think it was your scheduling, the one that was killing me. You was just like, oh, I only got 2 days out the month to record. So
yeah.
And at that time, we was recording once a week to have the episode for the next week. But now, we done learned a little better.
And look how 2 times a month worked for us.
Exactly. We done learned a little better routine.
But for me, I think too, I come from a long time of just going with the flow and doing what people wanted me to do and then being mad about it later.
Yeah.
And I have to deal with being mad about it.
I feel like that was another thing I was noticing. I'm like, I feel like I'm the first person she testing these boundaries out on.
Yeah.
Like, and that's good though, because just like we was talking about your move to Cali, I was a new friend. So it's hard to, once you start doing shit for like your old friends, like you said on that last episode, once you start something with somebody, it's, it's hard to stop. So from people that already knew you, they already know that you was a little loose with it. And that's probably why y'all started, drifting. But I feel like I was the first person that you was really practicing your boundaries on. I'm like, this bitch is giving it. Like, she is giving it to me. Out.
No, for real. I really was. And two, because not only that, about the podcast, but just simply having more time. Like, the whole point of me going back to work and like not doing my business, aside from like the money just wasn't as lucrative as it was the time that I had. Right. And I felt like I was missing out on a lot. Like if I'm doing makeup, I'm not able to go to dance competition. I'm not able to go on.
You made time and then you adding stuff into the time.
And so like that was my thing. Like, okay, I'm back at square one, like with this podcast, going here every weekend, not able to do this, gotta bring Corey, like it was just too much. And I'm like, this ain't the life that I wanted to live. I made sure that when I stopped the shop, I was like, whatever I do, I want to curate my life to where this is what I want. So for me, that was a part of it too. Like even with Carrie, I tell him, Root Sorority, baby, you only got 2 days a week. 2 days a month. Yeah. Like going to the studio 3-4 times a week and all that. You ain't no motherfucking rapper. When I met you, you wasn't one, and you ain't about to start being one. So, so it was boundaries that had to be set for him, for me, like just for my household. So like I had to think about all of that. So that's why I was like so stern on it. I'm like, okay, we had just had the conversation about how the podcast wasn't making no money. Right. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna put out $500, that's gonna be my
max. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, until we and when we make 500, then I can say, okay, boom, we could do something. I gotta handle this in a way that if it's gonna be a business, like she said it is, I gotta treat it like one. Right. And that was kind of my way of showing, like, yeah, this is what I'm doing.
And I wasn't mad at that either, because at that time we were making it clear that this was a business. Right. So like, if somebody said this is my investment into the business, that's what you got to take. You can't say, well, what about 800? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
So probably was that the last time I pissed you off for real? Or was it something else?
After I sat back with it, I respected your boundaries. Okay. I was like that, and then it worked. Right. It wasn't nothing, like you said, it wasn't nothing left off that needed to be done, especially once we got like the consistency of the reels flowing and social media. I had my side with YouTube and the podcast platforms and all that. I had nothing to complain about. So I was like, let's see if it worked. If it worked, that's good. If it don't, then I'm going to get on our ass again. Right, we're going to go back to the drawing board. Right.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how did I handle it?
I think I would give you a solid 8 on that. Okay. I'll give you an 8 because I really, I remember the moment. Like, I'm like, she is handling, like it's not like we loud back and forth. Like, it's not like a disrespect. Like, it's more like this what I got to offer. I hate to tell you that. Like, I can't pull nothing out my ass that I ain't got to give. You know what I mean? Right. So like, I respected it. I couldn't. That's all I had. I couldn't do nothing. So I did. I think you did a pretty good job with communicating that.
I give
and
you
not
a
an angry,
5.
And not an angry way. I am the type of person. I'm seeing that now. I gotta sit back with it. I gotta sit back and like, cause the devil be busy, and the first thoughts I'm gonna get is this motherfucker trying to play me, or this motherfucker is trying to finesse me, or something. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and once you get them kind of thoughts out of your pathway, and you just thinking clearly, it ain't even none of that. Like, what she gonna get out of me? I ain't got no 500 to get her. What she gonna do?
Yeah, I agree. So you don't have one then?
What?
You can't think of one last time I pissed you off? Okay.
That was probably it.
Okay. What would a 10-10 version of yourself have done differently?
Ooh.
Situation.
I would have just said, okay, that's your boundaries, and I would have gave you mine. Mm-hmm. And if we would have had anything that wasn't covered in the middle of like the little between spots, I would have said, well, somebody has to pick up X, Y, and we still have X, Y, and Z left. So somebody needs to pick up this. Whether you take a little bit, I'll take a little bit, whatever agreement we come up to. But I didn't have no boundaries for myself at that point. I was just thinking, whatever it need, I got to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it should have been a point, like you said, I got 500, I got 2 days, I got this, I got that. Right. It should have had some kind of, but at that point, I was working, and I ain't got no kids. So I'm working in the podcast. That is my life.
Right.
This is my baby.
Right.
So, like your mom said, that's T baby, girl.
That's my niece. That's my niece.
That's T baby, girl.
No, I think you answered the other two. You want to go on to the last tip? We got 4 minutes. Yeah. Okay, when do you blank? Okay, you can do it. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you know what this is.
Okay. The story I make up is blank.
The story I make up is?
I'll start.
Okay.
The story I make up is actually not the character that you've presented to me.
Like sometimes, because why I got this neon thing and
girl, I've been noticed that. I was like, you've been playing with the kids,
girl.
But the story that I make up is not actually the character that you presented to me. So like I just said, was just saying about sometimes that first thought is like devilish, like, oh, she's trying to hurt you, she's trying to whatever. The story that comes up first is not what you've shown all the time. Like. So I don't even know where that be coming from sometimes. Okay. So you can do this one. What I actually need from you is
I would say I would just say not having the worst outlook on a situation first.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't know how to think positive about it, but like, I think in my mind, the best thing to do is to find the
problem.
What ifs. So if they come up, we already know, like, we got a contingency plan on some shit. Like,
yeah.
But sometimes that don't even come up, so it's like not even a point of, a good majority of the time it don't come up. So it's not, you done wrestled with this contingency plan where you could have been just making the original plan.
Exactly. And so for me, I literally was just telling, Carrie was like, you got to have strong faith. And I was telling him, I was saying, you remember how the story about me having strong faith? And he was like, yeah, with your car, my car story. And I was like, I literally sat back one day and I was like, and my mama always say this about me, like, I never plan for the worst.
Yeah.
Like, I always jump off the porch with, this what I want to do and this gonna happen.
No, not me. I always try to plan for everything.
Really?
I try to make the original plan, the contingency plan, the backup plan.
Yeah.
Like, and I want to step away from that because, like you said, faith is the original plan, and all the contingency, whatever happens, is gonna happen.
And I think the only time that I do have like a backup plan is when, like, say for instance, when I just recently we applied for our apartment in California, and I automatically went for the nicest apartment.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey,
that bill was $5,000.
No, it wasn't. It was almost $4,000. But I'm like, I want this apartment. And this is what I'm used. Like, if you know me, like when I move somewhere, I like the nicer side of things. Okay, even if the neighbor, like where I'm in,
right.
So I'm like, I want this, and so Carrie was like, all right, he always whatever, Krista, and so I said I applied for it, everything. So the way my new job is, I'm not a contract, travel teacher now. So my position is not, it's almost kind of like how people do the like Bubba do, like the per diem work and all that. So I have a per diem like that I get for meals, housing, all those things, and so that is not calculated into my hourly. So when I apply for the apartment, even though I'm gonna even though I'm gonna make that amount of money, the apartment doesn't calculate that because the per diem only comes if you work the hours.
Right.
So they're like, oh, we can't count that. So I'm like, oh shit, I don't even apply. I can't. So I'm like, okay, I'm still like, I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use my current work job paychecks. I'm gonna something. So I'm already but in the midst of that, I'm like, okay, if that doesn't work, I'll get the smaller unit, like the 2-bedroom or something like that, and go for that. So like in the midst of things, I'm gonna exhaust every end till I get what I want.
Yeah. That's good. Because that's faith, but it's also believing in yourself and your works. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the only thing that I think I would ask. What would you ask for me?
The question is, what is something I actually need from you? What we've been doing, like being vulnerable with each other and just saying what it is, having our boundaries, having our you've been doing good on your side of the business. I've been doing what I need to do on my side.
Because I post on TikTok and YouTube.
Look at that. I ain't even have to say nothing. Why you be forgetting about TikTok though? Like what? You don't like TikTok?
Because I be on TikTok. If out of all of the social media apps, like that's probably the one I spend.
Not ours, but yours.
Mine.
Oh, okay.
And so like, and two, if I don't have it on this phone anymore, but even on my other phone, like I would have to remember to like go to it. Like at the top, how you gotta go click it and go into it. Like I be forgetting we even have a TikTok.
I don't. I'm a numbers girl. I'm watching all the numbers across the board. But this was good.
That was the last one.
I had one last question, and I'm gonna go ahead and what's one thing you've been wanting to tell me but haven't?
Ooh, nothing really. I don't know. You go first. I don't know.
Thank you, for putting up with my shit. Thank you.
Okay.
Love you, girl. You know, thank you for letting me bounce off these practice my new communication, my vulnerability.
Okay, I could say thank you as well for being a person that can give people their props. Like you give me my props. Like whenever you feel like I'm doing something positive or in a good way, you easy. It's not hard for you to say that, so I'll say that.
I love that.
Yep.
I tell people that all the time. I'll be telling my friend when I'm talking to her, I hope I ain't said Coco name too much because she done taught me to be.
Please don't give nobody else no reason to hate me because usually that's how they go. When you get a new friend and then you start talking about it too much,
I hope I didn't say her name too much, but last time we talked, she said that. Like, that's just what we was just talking.
Yeah, they hate me for sure.
Yeah. But it's cool.
Yeah.
They ain't got to be friends with you. I am.
Right.
Thank you. We'll see y'all next week. I hope y'all like this conversation. I hope it filled y'all up and start being vulnerable.
Yes.
Period. Point blank period. Set some boundaries, be vulnerable, and live your life.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Bye.